Hi guys, in this recording is strategy 2. I'm going to show you another strategy, WM. It's patterns. You're trying to find patterns in the market. You will notice in your trading over and over and over again, you are going to find patterns that repeat, and when they repeat, there is a statistical chance that it'll complete the remainder of the pattern. So I am going to show you one of them now, the MW formation, and if anyone hasn't figured out, there's one right in front of us. You're a little bit slow today, so let me explain, jump right to it and get to it work. So when you find an M, so for example here we actually had from our previous strategy impulse, correction, impulse to the top side, which then went impulse, correction, which you could have taken for this one, and then it came down over here. Now you see we actually have our M. Okay, so after an M formation, we expect that the market is going to go back up to the neckline. So the neckline in this particular case is here, and what do you know, it went straight up after that for impulse correction. Now just remember, you could be doing, even after this, you're doing an impulse, correction, impulse. So here you could have been trading, waiting for your trade for the down, but also because of the WM you could have been trading up for the strategy. So you could have caught the retracement using the WM strategy to get here. So so an M, then impulse, correction, impulse, and directly after that you will see that it actually creates another W. This one, so I love this one because this one is the most perfect formation of this. So M, W, after the W formation you also expect to come back to the neckline, and in this case the neckline is at the same place, and what do you know, from the top went down, touched the neckline, and went back up, giving us another impulse, correction, impulse to the upside. So in here, let me clear all these squigglies that I got over here. So with this strategy that you have, so you can do the M, the W, and get the neckline, you are able to catch those. Now on trying to do this on an hour chart or a 4-hourly chart over this, then the necklines are too small, too risky because of the patterns. You'll see these patterns happen in all time frames, but in the daily time frame, the pip count from here going from 0.995 to up top here 1079, 100 pips. If you're doing $1 a pip, or $2 or $3 or $4 a pip, you are actually making some very, very decent money. Sorry, I had to pause to free up some space. So inside with the strategies, we are going to go do a test now, guys. After I show you the strategy and how I run it, I am going to expect you guys to go backdated. So here's a perfect M and then W formation, but you don't normally get them as beautiful as this. So let's have a look at another example or two. So over here we have, just to the left of that, to say the patterns happen again and again, they're just not as perfect M and a perfect W as what's in front of you. So here we have an M formation, and what happens after an M formation? Goes up and touches the neckline, and you can see that it has done exactly as predicted. Went up to take the neckline, and you've even got an impulse, correction, impulse that you have traded. It goes up, hits the neckline, it then goes down, and then it goes here for an impulse, correction, impulse to the upside. And what have we just seen? We had an M formation followed by a W formation, and what happens after a W formation? It goes down to the neckline. Okay, so here was your perfect look of viewing of a W and a WM. However, there was an M and a W both going into this formation. Okay, it happens over and over and over again. So let's move a little bit further back here. Come. So inside here, let's draw another one. So what have we got here? We can even count a little bit further. An M. Here's an M. What does an M do after that? Goes up to the neckline. Okay. And comes down to the neckline. Okay, it happens over and over and over again. Actually, this one, maybe I've just drawn that incorrectly, so let me just back this up here. The actual more W to be over here, to be honest, would actually be that to the neckline. W neckline. You could do this. It's fine. They both worked, but here's also a W. Well, actually, in theory, then there's a bigger W. That one, nah, not really one. So between impulse, correction, and impulse, you have now been able to, in this period that we were doing the initial testing on here, you have been able to get impulse, correction, impulse. You were able to trade almost every one of these legs using between a pattern or a trading sample in order to be able to make money. So in this period of a month, you've almost always had a trade on and going in it. The trick is always trying to catch it. Another way to see WMs a little bit better is to actually switch from candles into lines, and then you will be able, so let's clear my squiggly wigglies. Let's go put that back. Okay, so all of those are gone. Let's go back here. We're going to switch to lines. Line chart. And you should be able to see them. So there's your W. Back to the neckline. Here's your M. M goes into a W. Goes back to the neckline. So, oh, sorry. I'm going to count that more as an M. That depends what you can see. Sometimes lower, these ones, because of where they close and where their hulls are, is a bit harder to see. But M up to the neckline. Okay, so utilizing these strategies, actually this one would be M here up to the neckline. But utilizing these strategies, you are able to find patterns and be able to move in. And I'm going to give you one sample now of how we are able to connect into it. So let's go here. So we are going to, let's not do it on the perfect one. Okay, so this one goes into the perfect one. Okay, so let's trade the perfect one as it comes down. So we've got here, we see an M formation forming. It comes down. We can see a beautiful M potentially coming, so we can see it. So now we want to go for the back to the neckline. So from here, you can either go to the 4 hour or the hourly. So let me just hit the replay button, take us here. It's come down. I sometimes prefer the hourly one on this face because the retracements are a little smaller than the impulses and the corrections for the entry. So we want to actually trace, take the what would be the correction. So I'm going to go down to the 1 hour chart over here. And zoom it up. And here you can see now from the higher time frame, we are looking for a correction coming down all the way up to the neckline. So actually, let's go draw the neckline so you can see, but sometimes when you go from daily to hourly, it really gets confusing. So using TradingView, if you put a line, it'll show in all time frames. Sorry, my internet is actually being very slow today. So inside here, boom, and we're going to draw the neckline. So that is our target that we are looking for. So we now see it's coming down. We are now looking for an entry point to be able to get into the market. Because of where it is now, we've seen the M is coming up. We are waiting. See, as I said, it was bearish, 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 and actually, this is because I'm zooming in. If we did this play-by-play from here, I'm going to just go back a few more bars. So we know we want to see the signals that it is going to physically go up in order to that. So MACD is still well below the 0 at this point in time. Forward, forward, still below, 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 almost there, and it's touched. So now we have that the signal that is touched. Now we are looking for the entry point. So we are looking for structure for the entry point. Sorry, my internet's slow, so it's actually still it's still loading stuff after that one. Here is our entry point, by the way. It's a coming. I wonder how many times I clicked that it's still in buffer. Okay, hopefully that was the last one. So now here is our structure that I was going to look at. In order to go for this trade, and we are going to say a long position, and I'm going to select here. I'm going to put my risk to reward below these levels, and my target is the neckline, and that's a 5.12. so if you wanted to be safer and still get the 3, you can go over those highs, and I've still got a 4% risk reward that I have available to me. And let's go here and let's see if we get triggered. Got triggered. MACD still up, and we got stopped up. Okay, so what we have just seen here, 1% loss, which is fine. It's the MACD is still below the 0. I don't mind 1% losses. Don't get your hopes up and don't cancel the trade for this, but you just have to wait for the conditions to be correct. And still going down, still going down. So this was obviously a false switch. Keeps going, keeps going. You don't mind, we still know we are expecting it to go back up to the neckline. Actually, I'm happy that that happened, so you can see. Just because my internet's slow, I'm going to pause and just take it to where the MACD gets above. Okay, it's actually me downloading something. That's why my internet's slow. Quite annoying. Okay, so here is where the MACD has just crossed. So it went a couple more candles. It has just come up. It has just crossed. So now we want to look for our entry points. So we're going to take our long position. I'm going to say our long. Here is the structure that I want to use anywhere between this area, but I'm going to go for the slightly lower one. Take structure from there. Stop loss below that high because it's a nice relatively far target, and we're going to go up to the target 2.75. so don't get my 1 2 3. So here's my 1 2 3. You could go a little bit higher for your own risks, etc. So here's a 3.57, but I will take it that I want 1 2 3 and just be past 1 2 3, or I could wait for it to potentially come even lower and get it to do. However, I don't think so. So let us go and do that. Below should come here. Target there. 123.39. I'm behind the low, so I'm meeting my rule criteria for this. Forward. It's going to be very annoying if it doesn't hit. Over here we should have readjusted because it created new structure. So here was new structure. So what one actually could have done was physically move our entry point to there and move our stop loss below the structure level over there. 1 2 3 and been able to do it But if not, you missed a trade. It is not the end of the world. But it did create new structure, creating slightly changing the entry point, but one could have had a reduced stop loss and still made a profit to it. And we actually know from the daily chart it is going to go up and hit. And there we go. And so even if you had did that once it created the new structure, if you had missed the trade, you missed the trade. Please don't go and try and not enter here, and then when it gets here, start entering. That's just asking for trouble. If you're going to see and it does create a new structure, you can move. It is part of the the rules, because our buy-in is at structure. So as it creates a new structure, one could have gone and said, oh, it's not going to come back down to this structure. It's going to come up here and be able to go and play it. So that is how I enter these two strategies. It does make money. These ones, depending on your personality type. Again, this is a period of a couple of days. So we've been watching it from here. So this is the 13th of November. We went in on the 15th. And the trade went on until the 18th. So this is nicer for people that don't have time to look at their charts and be that to do that, because one could have in this made a 369% in here on different trading strategies. So this depends on your personality type, but this trade does work. And even if you were trading in here on lower time frames, doesn't mean you can't use two strategies simultaneously. You could have smaller ones with their own profits and loss within these candles. But that is what is here and available. I hope this helps. So this is strategy number 2. I will probably make another one or two tomorrow for you guys, and then you take it as it comes. Guys, if you like this, please like and share and tell as many people as you want about this one. This is not a trade secret. I'm doing this for the benefit of everyone that wants to see. Have an incredibly awesome day.